Good morning, 5th of August 21, 88T as of Texas, disruption 93. 88 is the opportunity cost if we stop paying 44 trillion in 100 years intrinsic value people for not working in Spain. Currently, unemployed is 3.4. But these figures are not true because they play with figures and how to calculate. This is the mistake of macroeconomics, is that you can put politicians to define the concepts and the figures. Therefore, the result is always wrong. And so if we simulate 4 rational expectations and imply that we are paying one way or another 44 trillion in 100 years, plus we have 4 million seafarers at 22 intrinsic value, that's 88 million. Therefore, we can have, say, approx. We don't want to be perfect in generating intrinsic compound value towards Spain, but we can simulate that this 88 trillion calculation of having 4 million seafarers working and avoiding to pay, this is what we, the economists, call opportunity cost. And this is roughly about 88 trillion because it is the figures I mentioned. It is a prox figure. You don't have to be perfect in the intrinsic value calculation, although you need to understand that this is how it is calculated and that if the risk is zero, risk is paying people for not working, risk is not taking this opportunity cost, opportunity of having a gross domestic product grow by 88 trillion in next 100 years. I mentioned we have to be happy with the approx figure. Once we have no risk, how much income we have to spend its 88 trillion. So if disruption 93, Spain does not want to get this 88 trillion opportunity cost. Of course, India, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Philippines, any other country in the world, you're welcome to help the maritime community because we need supply of seafarers. This recent study of International Chamber of Shipping, which we did smell the entrepreneurs, business persons, we smell things that are risks arriving. Therefore, we can start to train now ethos, engineers, second engineers, huge crisis, cooks. We need 100,000 cooks, basic safety, all the manipulation of foods and certificates and all these. And so we could have 100,000 cooks plus 100,000 cooks at home. That's 200,000 jobs. This is for a start, cooks. Some say that in Spain there is very good cooks. Okay, well, we just need 200,000. And of course, the world, 100,000 ships. Imagine everybody eating paella and lentils and alubias or red beans, and this is tortilla, salad, Mediterranean food, very healthy, and it would be beautiful. But of course, we are completely incompetent bringing this 88 trillion. So when they talk about this, are we happy with the taxes we pay? Of course, it's not a question of are we happy or not. It's a question of accountability, opportunity cost. We have these 5 institutions that cannot work together. So every time we have one process, you see this process. Let me show to you what happens to the process. Yes, this process then is like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is what today they do in Spain to the process, for example, of bringing 88 trillion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every time you have to train a seafarer, you have to select a seafarer, you have to go to the unemployment database, you have to contact them. You see, they are not competent enough to manage this because every process they cut. Let's talk about VAT, income tax, profit tax, social security. Social security is cut into 5 different sides, even training and pension and retirement and employment and sanitary assistance. I mean, you name it. I mean, these people are expert in having a meeting, breaking its process in 5, and therefore it's not possible to, even if some people tell me, why aren't you the Prime Minister? My reply is, I don't want to be surrounded by this, because every time there is a new opportunity cost, there is 5 million people in different ministries, so the first thing they do when they meet is they break every process, so it's not possible. So therefore, Sri Lanka, India, Indonesia, all the rest countries, please take note of this 88 trillion. It's for you. It's just a gift. So we show humanity opportunity cost of huge amounts of money are accountable, and therefore we have to focus how many we are getting today. We can focus in the number of cooks. We need 200,000. We can focus in the number of second engineers. 200,000. We can focus in the number of ethos. 200,000. We can focus in the number of, and then we can have accountability with this system that every time you give them now 190 billion North Europe to South Europe, they will spend it by having meetings. These ministries is completely incompetent. The indicator of efficiency is 1%. These people are not able to handle this situation. So the best thing we can do is, very simple, because that's where it should be as soon as possible. The first thing we have to know in our life, where is my dome? So I never go there. And the first thing I have to do if I see a risk is, if you see a risk in your life, yes, do it now. So 88 trillion disruption 93. Enjoy it, like, subscribe. Have a nice weekend. Bye.